Laces, everyone! I actually filmed this video and then I had to refilm it, so hoping that I touch on all the points. Looking at some previous comments and just kind of like from others that I have conversations with, I'm like, okay, there seems to be a little bit of a like misunderstanding as to what Breatharian might be, or people just simply have never heard of it. So I guess this video is more so to address that. Talking about what Breatharian is hard to do in just one YouTube video. An ancient, eternal practice. Essentially, this is just my story, my journey, my perspective. I just want to say that disclaimer that like if this doesn't resonate with you, or you think, oh my god girl, this is an eating disorder, then like you don't have to watch this. Breatharianism, really I want to say like pranic lifestyle is kind of what I live by, living off of prana. What is prana? Prana is a life force energy. It is all around you, it's in the sun, it's in air, when you touch the grass, it's everything and anything, it's inside and outside, eternal, internal. It's a life force energy. Every time you breathe, right now in this moment, it's all around you. Pranayama, yama means to extend, it means to lengthen, so pranayama is lengthening life force. Pranic living is essentially just realizing the nourishment in prana. And I know you're like, it's air, Casey, how can you get full off of air? But it's one of those things you'll never know until you experience, and so like I can't convince you what this perspective looks like at the table because you're sitting over there. Till we are sitting next to each other and not across from each other, we're probably never gonna agree, and that's fine. For those of you who have practiced breath work, you know that you can literally get full. You can do breath work. If you do breath work for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, there is this full feeling. A lot of people have also shared the experience of hunger after breath work. But I just have to say that all hunger is emotional. Eating is an emotional action. We do it so habitually, out of celebration, out of just boredom. It's very, very rare that anyone is eating out of hunger. And I know that's gonna like shake a lot of people up, and that's fine, that's what I'm here to do. But it's not to say like I'm against food or anti-food or anti-eating or whatever, because like I'm about to bust down on some mangoes after this video probably. But it's the sense of like, you can get full, you're always consuming. You're consuming this video right now. This is food for the brain, food for thought, right? We always say that, food for thought. Thought for food. There's no separation. So me creating this right now is an activity that I'm filling up on, you know what I'm saying? Or you might do an activity or be around people that really take away from you, like driving in your car every single day, 5 days out of the week, to go hang out with some people for 8 hours, 12 hours a day, to be on someone else's schedule, sit in an air-conditioned office where the air is conditioned, so now your thoughts are conditioned, because mind control, breath control, no separation again. Whole other video, whole other topic. But in a sense, I'm saying like that emotional hunger that you're being deprived of, you're doing things that are not in the nature of you. So then it creates this physical hunger, or this thing, you know, you think you do. But when you start to live closer to nature, you start to really spend time in nature and just move more naturally, have less things, take in less toxins, hang around less toxic people, spend more time in solitude even. That's a natural thing to do. You'll know when you're going closer to nature versus when you're going against nature. What I'm trying to get at there's so many topics to go through with this video, but just that we are all breatharian. You rely on air before you rely on anything else. You can go days without sleeping, eating, drinking, all of the above. But go 5 minutes without breathing unless you're like David Blaine or some magician. It's really not gonna happen. Like, we need air, okay? So we're all breatharian. I will link down below breatharianworld.com. They have the levels of breatharianism. So you consume 3 meals a day, you're still breatharian. You still need to eat to even be able to grocery shop, to be able to cook, to be able to make the food and eat it, whatever. You're breathing the whole time you do that. So I know it seems like, well, you know what we mean, Casey, like breatharian. But I need you to understand the value in this life force energy of prana that we all depend on. So I'm not just this foo-foo crazy hippy dippy that's like, you can get full off of air, you can get full off of energy. Like, I know it sounds left field, but again, once you experience it, you'll realize it. So personally, me at the breatharian stage, I guess I would say that I'm at, I've like fluctuated, I think, throughout them. I think there's 4 levels technically on that website. I don't necessarily also live by any type of level, or, you know, I'm up here, someone's down here. I don't really think of it in that way at all. I think we are all mirrors, no separation. But essentially for me, if I'm consuming food, again, everything is food, creating, writing, reading, exchanging, sex, walking outside, touching the earth. I would say I mainly consume liquids or raw vegan food. Mainly fruit though. I'm looking at my mangoes as I say this. So like more of like liquidarian, fruitarian, and occasionally on some social setting shit, usually some raw foods, like a kale wrap. And that's actually probably it as far as the raw foods go. And that's just currently where I'm at. Next week, next month, tomorrow might be different. But right now in this video, I can just be honest about where I'm at in my life, I guess, and say that that's where I'm at, and I'm happy to be here. And I think the thing that shakes up people's world the most about this topic is the happiness of pursuit instead of the pursuit of happiness. We all want to want so bad. When I tell people, like, they'll come to me like, yo, I got candida, yo, I got this, what do I do, what do I do? How do I lose weight? Breathe. That's too simple. That it can't be just sitting here breathing, because we've been so conditioned to think that it's like, well, one, consumerism. We're just like, okay, I have to get something outside of myself. I have to depend on something outside of myself to better myself. And it's like, yo, what if you had everything you needed right now within? Give up everything to receive everything, you know? And I've said that in my last video when I was talking about my parents and the van and stuff. But truly, you have everything you need within, like right now. Breatharianism and pranic living and all this stuff dates back to like ancient Egyptian days, and I'll link some helpful books that kind of go along with that. But there's just so much nourishment instead of fullness that comes with this lifestyle. There's a difference between being nourished and being full. I know it sounds hippy dippy. I know it sounds like, okay, all right, Casey, but like, what do I need to do to lose weight? Again, that want to want. We want to need and want so bad. It's become this happiness of pursuit instead of pursuit of happiness. And the thing that I think people struggle with that is that you have to be completely present with yourself. I think it really shows you how present you aren't. To sit with yourself even for 10 minutes and consciously breathe that entire time, not daydream off like meditation does, because meditation can easily just be daydreaming. Breathwork is active. It is in the now. It is in the present. It is awareness, not thinking. So when you're doing breathwork, you're active, you're here, you're just with this current breath in this moment. And there's so much power in that. And I can't convince you of the truth. The truth will always be there. It's silly of me to try to convince you of it. It doesn't need convincing, it's the truth. Every decision you make throughout your day is based on your nervous system and your breath. 18 or more breaths a minute is fight or flight. That's not a lot of breaths, y'all. I bet you right now you might even be in it. 9 times out of 10, if I'm sitting next to somebody and we're watching TV or we're like doing something or like in a meeting, I'll look over, so many breaths. Their body thinks a bear is attacking it and we're just sitting here. So it's so valuable, and I can't emphasize it enough, to just begin with the awareness of the breath. That in a sense is breath work. I think that's really, in my opinion, where it starts. That awareness of, is it a shallow breath? Is it a deep breath? Is it fast? Is it slow? Where in the body am I holding the breath? Is there tension somewhere? Give it attention. Give the tension attention. That's why it's there. It wants your attention. There's no separation in these words and these things or anything at all. All of this to say, hopefully this made sense, that, you know, less is so much more. Go listen to the Tao Te Ching. I probably say that in every single video, but it was written before the Bible. It was written before life. Like it is everything and nothing all in one. There's so much action and non-action. Again, wanting to want. We want there to be this workout. We want there to be this like recipe that's gonna save us. We want there to be this like man that's gonna treat us with all the love we think we deserve. Whatever it is externally, we just always want. There's this constant like, has to be something outside of me. I have to be able to depend on something. I can't do it alone, because a lot of it comes down to responsibility, which I feel like could be a whole other video, but a lot of us are guilty, and myself included. We run away from that responsibility. Oh, I can do it. I can heal myself all by myself. I can really actually do anything and everything all by myself. I really don't need to depend on anything or anyone outside of me. That's a lot of responsibility, so it can be scary. But if you start your mornings every morning, before tea, before water, before anything, with at least, just start with 10 minutes of breath work. Just slow, controlled, conscious breaths. You can even start like that. It doesn't have to be Wim Hof. It doesn't have to be alternate nostril. You don't even have to get fancy with it. Just start with that awareness of your breath. put your anchor down for the day. And as you grow with that, maybe you do it throughout the day, maybe you start to check your breath while you're on your phone, while you're in line, while you're doing whatever. You'll realize as you look back in time, like, wow, okay, things are changing. My decision making is changing. I'm doing things that are more in tune with me, more natural to me, more in my nature, more innate. I promise you, it's not an eating disorder. I promise you, I am 100% the happiest I've ever been. And the people around me that have tapped into the breath, watching their journeys change, and I'm still going through mine, you know, there's no separation, we're all on the same journey, walking each other home, but like, it's been really, really amazing to share the breath and watch how it transforms lives. And yeah, I could just go on and on, but we won't. So in a sense, that is to me what breatharianism is. That is what my lifestyle looks like. So, you know, smoothies, juices, teas, water, coconut water, and like I said, occasionally fruits, and very occasionally maybe raw vegan food like kale wraps, and that's kind of my extent. But in a sense, if you ever feel that like craving or that desire, slow down. It's not you that's thinking, it's your parasites, which is a whole other video that's coming soon. Be aware of what's you and what's not you. Again, awareness, not thinking. Tap back into the breath, tap back into the source, the nature, the true you, the depths of you, instead of just that temporary satisfaction of food or person or whatever, some habit that you've been doing for a while, all your life. Like, rewrite the narrative. Okay, this is such a big topic to cover in a 10-minute YouTube video. Like, it's kind of impossible for me to even go through all the ebbs and flows of it, but I just wanted to share my perspective and my journey and my story. And I might look back at this video tomorrow, let alone a month from now, a year from now, and be like, she didn't know what she was talking about. But which I do with most of my videos, honestly. But right now, this is what I'm sharing, and I hope that it was received well. Those of you who are interested in breathwork, I'll link some other videos down below that kind of go a little bit more into breathwork, as well as if you want to set up a one-on-one with me, I'm always open to that too. I do one-on-one virtual breath sessions or in person if you are in Atlanta. And I also have a 6-week video breathwork course if you're just like, I don't really want to talk to anybody, but I want to know the proper way to breathe deeper, live deeper, feel deeper. Then all of that good, juicy stuff will be in the description down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask those as well. If you have hate comments, feel free to leave those as well. You're still just giving me engagement at the end of the day, so shout out to you. And yeah, that's all. That's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.